Hello everyone, welcome back. So in previous lecture, we just discussed about user creation and if already user available in database, we are showing error message, right? So like user already exists in database. So now let me increase the text field size so that you people can view properly. So let me increase the text field height 30 pixels I will give. So let me give it for first name, last name, email and password as well. Let me check. Yeah, it's little bit looking good, right? So let me create a user who is already existing database. So before that, let me open the database. So if you open SQL Yog, so you can see in our database I have three users, right? So Java j2w.russell@gmail.com, Sachin at gmail.com, Virat at gmail.com. So if we try to register with same email ID, so we should see error message, right? So let me try uh, Sachin Tendulkar. I want to register Sachin Tendulkar again, and email ID will be Sachin at gmail.com, and let me give some password 23. Now click on submit button. So we are able to display message user already exists. Why? Because Sachin Tendulkar is already available in database sachin at gmail.com. So here I can see there is a problem. What is the problem? So after clicking on submit button, then only I will get to know this user is already registered in database. So and also there is another problem. So my page also get refreshed. So whenever I am trying to submit the button, so when my page is refreshed with error message. So if you observe here, let me go back again. So this is the page. So if I type submit the details again, if I click on submit button, what will happen? My page also get refreshed, and also after clicking submit button, then only I can see the message. So instead of the here two problems I am having it, right? So without submitting the button, I should see this error message the moment I type Sachin at gmail.com, and once I come out from the text field, immediately I should see the message so saying that user already exists. So that is best way to implement it. So instead of clicking on submit button, then only you will get to know user is exist or not. So instead of that, the moment I enter the email ID, once I come out from the text field, immediately I should see the error message. So how I can achieve this? With the help of Ajax call. So what the Ajax call? So with the help of Ajax calls, so what we can do without submitting the button, so our page also will not refresh. We no need to submit the button. The moment you enter the email ID, once you come out from the text field, immediately we can see this message with the help of Ajax calls. So to make the use of Ajax calls is, so without refreshing the page, the content will load dynamically without refreshing the page. That is the advantage of Ajax calls. So some people may have doubt, sir, I don't know Ajax call and how to write the code for it. You no need to have knowledge, you just need to know the concept. So what is that concept? So without refreshing the page, and how I can display the error message, and without submitting the without clicking the submit button. With the help of Ajax calls, we can achieve that. The moment you enter the email ID, once you come out from the text field, immediately we should see the error message without clicking submit button. So Ajax calls used to display the data dynamically without refreshing our web pages. Without reloading our web page, we can display the error message, and also we no need to click on submit button. So now, sir, I don't know how to make a how to do Ajax call, so you no need to bother about it. So how, without knowing the knowledge, you can do everything, guys. So I will teach in that way. So let's say you don't know the Ajax calls, how to write the code. So what you know the concept. So if I make the Ajax call, so my message will come dynamically without refreshing the page and without submitting, click on submit button. So you just know the concept. Okay, so now let me explain you. So how to make the Ajax calls, we can use JavaScript or jQuery. So in this lecture we are going to use jQuery concept. So if jQuery is a advanced than JavaScript, okay, advanced than JavaScript, okay, it is a scripting language advanced than JavaScript. So we are going to use jQuery to make a Ajax calls in our application. So if you want to use jQuery in your application, we need to add jQuery library. So very first step, what you have to do, we have to add jQuery library. How we can add jQuery library? Just you no need to learn. You no need to don't have to. You no need to have the knowledge. So just I will show you without having knowledge how we can do that. So just Google it here. Just type jQuery min.js library. You can see here jQuery min.js library. That's it. Type this one in Google, jQuery min.js library, and then click on very first link. You can see, just click on that link, and then you can see latest versions also. So currently this is the latest version is going on. So you can click on download the compressed one. All but I always recommend always download compressed one. Okay, so uncompressed one, if you download, right, it will have huge file size, will be more. So always download compressed one. Okay, so because that file size will be very less. So just click on this first link. So this is the jQuery 3.7.min.js. So just download that one, control yes, click on control yes, and save this jQuery minimum jQuery.min file. Okay, click on save button. So it is downloaded in my downloaded folder. Go to downloads folder. So here I can see, so this file, I just copy this file, and what you can do, just go to your Eclipse and go to our project directory. So where we can copy these JS files directly, you can copy in, there is a folder called static. Inside the resources folder, you can see there is a folder called static resources. So here we can keep all the files. Okay, so right click on that static folder, and I just want to create a folder first. So let me create a JS folder. So finish, click on finish button. So inside this static folder, you can create a JS folder. Inside that we can paste that JS file. So that's it. So I have just pasted that JS file. Right click and paste it. Okay, right click and paste it. So I just, or control V. So our file is ready now. Now for another question, how I can add this jQuery library to my JSP? So if you, how we can add? So with the help of script tag. So there is, so all the script tags we should write inside the header. So HTML will have header, right? head tag. So inside the head tag, better always write script tags. So how we can include a JS file? With the help of script tag. Script. So just end it. So script will have src attribute. So here we can give JS. So JS is the folder name. Inside the JS folder, we have a jQuery library, right? Just copy this file name and paste it here, js slash file name min.js. That's it. So this is how we can add jQuery library. Script src is equal to js slash jQuery hyphen 3.7. This is the latest version currently going on, min.js. That's it. So now we can write Ajax calls. So if you want to write jQuery, so jQuery is having one main method, guys. So one main method. So from where Java program will start, generally normal Java program execution will start from main method, right? So similarly jQuery also is having its own main method. So let me write that one. So that method you have to write inside the script tag. So script and then type is equal give text or JavaScript. That's it. This is optional, guys. If you write, that will be good. Script or JavaScript. So now inside that, inside the script tag, we need to write jQuery code or JavaScript code. Okay, so now uh, to write the logic in jQuery, so we must to write the inside the jQuery library. So how we can write? So there is a main method available in jQuery. So let me write that main method. What is that? So dollar of document. You have to write. You have to practice one time, guys. So dollar of document. So each and every statement will start with a dollar in jQuery, guys. Okay. So now dollar of document. So it will have a method called ready method. So that's it. So inside the ready method, we have to write a function. That's it. So open bracket and close bracket. So this is the main method in jQuery. So here we can write all the logic which are required to Ajax calls. Okay, so from here we can write. So when this method is being called, whenever this page is being loaded, that time this method will be execute. Whenever this page gets load in a web browser, so that time this method will be executed. You have to know, make it note, guys. So to testing purpose, what I will do, I will write one console.log like system.out.println in Java. So in jQuery or JavaScript, if you want to print in web browser console, so this is the statement to print your messages, console.log. Similarly, similar to system.out.println. So this is how you have to print the messages in web browser console. So here I am just want to write hello jQuery. That's it. So now let me reload the page. You can see this message in web console, web browser console. So let me open the browser and go to our application. And how we can debug that? Function F12. If you press function F12, so there is a console, right? Inside the console here, that message is going to print. Let me refresh the page. See, hello jQuery is printed. Whenever page gets loaded, so that jQuery main method will be executed. So whenever our page gets reloaded, every time hello jQuery will be printed in the console. So now stating that our jQuery library is added successfully. So let's assume if you don't add this library, we'll see what will happen. Control X, I will just remove that library, and now just refresh our reload our web page. See, dollar is not defined. So what does it mean? So whenever dollar is not defined is nothing but jQuery is not recognized by your web browser. So if you want to make use for jQuery, so we have to add jQuery library. So now let me revert back. Okay, so now we have added jQuery library. Now if you load the page, reload the page, this error will not be shown here. So let me reload the page. See, now hello jQuery is printed. So now what is the concept now? So we have to, the moment I type the error message, so we have to call the API to find whether this email ID is present in database or not. So before that, let me write the logic. So how we can write the logic for Ajax call? So let me show you. So there is a, so for example, when we have to call the when we have to make a call of Ajax, so we have to the moment we exit from the email text field, so nothing but, so here the moment I type java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com, once I enter the email, the moment I this cursor comes out of the text field, immediately we have to call Ajax call, right? So for that, in jQuery there is a method called blur method. So we have to use that blur method. When we have to call that blur method with the help of email text field, the moment cursor come out from the email text field, that time we have to call Ajax, right? So now for that we need to write a logic, right? So let me show you again. So the moment I type the email in inside the email text field, once I come out from that, then immediately we have to make a call, right? So now for that, so we have to identify email id text field. So let me write unique name for text field. Id is equal to, just specify email only. So by using name also we can write the logic, but I want to use id. So id is equal to email. I have specified for input text field of email, so that we can recognize email text field. So with the help of email id, we can write the logic. So now go here, and inside that, how we can in jQuery, uh, this is how we can find the text field id. So dollar of, inside that you have to specify slash and then hash and email. So this is how you can declare an id in jQuery. Dollar of email, and then there is a method called blur. So inside that blur, we have to write, inside the blur function, blur method, we have to pass function, function function argument. That's it, very simple guys. So now when this method is being called, so the moment cursor come out from that email text field, this method will be executed. So testing purpose, what I will do, so this is not let it be as of now. So console dot log, I want to print when this method is being to called. So here you can write uh, out of the email text field, out of the cursor moved from, cursor moved from email text field. Okay, so let me reload the page and open the web console function F12, or so you can see hello jQuery is printed, right? So now let me write it here, java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com. So now cursor is inside the email text field. Right now I will come out from the text field. Just click on password. See, immediately this method is being called. Cursor moved from email text field. So that time we have to make a Ajax call. So you guys understood, right? So when this method is executed, so the moment cursor come out from that email text field, this method will be executed. So now you understood, right, when this method is being called. So from here we need to write a logic to make a Ajax call. So now if you don't know how to make a Ajax call, how to write the logic, that generally I can directly write dollar dot Ajax, and then inside that we have to write a function. So instead of that, so if somebody don't know how to write the code, so then what we can do, just go to Google and just type jQuery Ajax call, Ajax post call. Just a jQuery Ajax post call because we are going to send post request. So jQuery Ajax post call. That's it. See, very first link came. So click on that link. jQuery Ajax post call. That's it. You no need to have knowledge. Just you should know the concept. That's it. See, if you come down here, you can see this is how we can make a post request in Ajax. Copy this one and go to your Eclipse and paste it here. So why I am showing in that way, if without having knowledge you should have capability to do that. Okay, so now you just copied how to make a call of Ajax call post request. So here you can see type is HTTP request method will be post, and URL. So here we have to specify our URL API name, and here we need to pass the data, and here we have to pass success message. So now Ajax method is ready. Ajax function we have written here successfully. Now we have to call the API to find whether email is exist or not in database, right? So let me create the API in the controller. So now write one API to check whether email exists or not. We already written here, right? We just need to use this one. That's it. So let me write a function to find email exist or not. Public, and you should return boolean, guys. Boolean. For the time being I will write void. So now find by email. That's it. Find by email. So now here we have to write a logic to find whether email ID exists or not. So this is the method, right? We have written yesterday. Just copy it and paste it here. So this variable will be get to know whether user is present in database or not, right? So user DTO you don't have. So now we need to pass input, right? So the moment we enter the text field here, email text field, this we have to get this value we have to fetch in API. So how we can fetch? So now we don't have DTO here. So this is Ajax call, right? Just write a string email. That's it. So pass this email in as part of find email method. That's it. This email will come from Ajax call. So let me give the API name. API name will be post mapping man. This will be post mapping, and API name I will give post uh, find by email. That's it. So now we have to write this logic here. So now why? Because I don't want to show this message after clicking on submit button. So the moment I enter the email in text field, immediately I should see the error message. So same logic we have to write it here. That's it. Copy and paste it here, and here we should see if user is exist, then we have to return true or false. So let me make it as a boolean. This method will always return boolean. So if user exists, then return boolean dot true. So if user does not exist, so we no need to write the else block also. So just return boolean dot false. If you want, you can write else block also, guys. Some people may get confused, so that's the reason I'm writing in this way. So now if user exists, return true. If user does not exist, return false. That's it. So now we'll see what will happen. So this is the URL we need to give it in Ajax call. So to check whether this email ID is exist or not, copy this email ID and go to your JSP and URL. So here URL, right? So here you have to give the URL. in string format, find by email. That's it. And data should be, so we have to pass, so this method is expecting email, right? So we have to pass email, so data should be email in JSON format. Key value pair, we should write key value pair email, we have to pass email colon. And how we can get the text field value? So we have to get this value, so whatever value we are entering into the text field, that value we have to pass as part of Ajax call. So how we can get that value? So with the help of dollar, specify the dollar, and inside the dollar, open bracket and close bracket, inside that specify the string, and then specify the hash and id. What is that id? Email. That's it. email, email dot val. That's it. So you will get the email it here. If you want to check whether this value we are able to get or not, just type in console here, just email, email value, plus you paste it here. So dollar of email id, so this should be your text field id, guys. So you can see here what is the id of text field. So email, whatever name you have given, same name you have to give it to here. So okay, dollar of within the string hash email dot value, so you will get the email value. So let me check whether you are able to get the email value or not in the console. So go to your web page and refresh the browser and type java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com. Once we come out from the text field, see, you can see email value came successfully. You forget about this error as of now. So you can see we are able to fetch the email id, right? So now this email id will go to the server. So now success, so there is no function. Why this error is coming? So here we have written as success, so there is no function. You can see success is not defined, so we have to write a function success. Success function we have to write. So or else we can directly write it here, function, and then open bracket and close bracket. That's it. So directly you can write a function here. So now this data type not needed as of now, remove this. This is also not needed. That's it. So now refresh the page again, this error will be gone. Now check. Now let me write the email again, java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com. See now email value java j printed, and there is a internal server error, find by id. Why this internal server error? So there is a Ajax call is happened now, call went to the server, so we got the 500 internal server error. So here find by mail id is post request is went to the controller, and we got the 500 error in console, printed 500 error. Let me open the console, you can check what is that error. See here, so unknown return type boolean. Yes, so dispatcher servlet is unable to identify boolean illegal argument. Why? Because so in the moment you specify your controller is a at the rate controller, so whatever you are returning, uh, you should return JSP page, right? So since we are here returning boolean value, so dispatcher servlet is unable to recognize the JSP, so with this name, so that is the reason it is throwing exception. So now this value we have to specify this API as REST API. How we can declare at the rate response body. So the moment you declare at that response body, then the dispatcher servlet will not look for JSP. So whatever we are returning it here, so same value will be returned. So I already explained in previous lectures what is response body and all, so you can go through it. So now this method will return boolean. So now let me execute the refresh the page again. See, yeah, that's it. So now let me write the java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com. Once I come out from the text field, so email is displayed, our error also gone now. So now we have to display the error message, right, whether this user is exist or not. So we can debug also. So let me put breakpoint, stop the server. I will show you by executing in debug mode, so that you guys will get to know when this Ajax call is happening. So let me run in debug mode. That's it. So just click on run button. This is Eclipse issue, you no need to bother about it. So now you can see our application run in debug mode, right? So now the moment I refresh the page, so now I just want to write the email ID here, java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com. So cursor is inside the text email text field, right? Once I come out from this text field, immediately Ajax call will trigger. See, I just came out from the text field. If you see the Eclipse, it is blinking, right? See, Ajax call is came to your controller. So you can see email ID also came, and once this is executed, cursor will come to here, function F6. Click function F6, and it will come to line number 45. See, scam rights executed. So let me trigger again, guys. It's already triggered. So let me refresh the page again, and let me write java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com, and just come out from the text field. You can see Eclipse is blinking, and now function F6. See, cursor came to here. You can check whether user is exist or not. True. So this function is a user service dot find by email ID is returning true. True, nothing but user already exists in database. So since it is a true, it will go to inside the if block, right? Again, function F6, it went to the inside the if condition. So this value will be returned in JSP. So this value we have to capture now. So let me terminate the request. Now you got to know, right, how to debug. So now let me press function F8. That's it. So now we have to capture this value to display error message. So let me go to the JSP. How we can capture that value that is coming from server? Here you can type data, whatever variable you can. So once this call went to the controller, so immediately response will come to this function. This is the callback function, man, callback function. So whenever your once this method is executed, Ajax call is triggered, so response will come to this function, success function. So here, so if everything goes well, your server executed successfully, then control will come to success function. So now this data, so let me print the data. What is the value in data? Console dot log, and display the data. That's it. So now let me, now we no need to debug again, right? So let me debug again, so that people can understand very easily. So let me refresh the browser again. Let me clear the console, and you can see, let me write sachin at gmail.com. so this user also exists in database. I will come out from the text field. So you can see Eclipse is blinking. So debugger came, and function F6. So cursor came to if condition. So condition satisfied. Since sachin at gmail.com is available in database, it is returning true. Function F8. Now you can go to the browser. You can see true is displayed. So the value which we are printing it here, we are able to capture, the value. Data is captured, right? If you are testing purpose, if you want, I can write result is equal and then plus. That's it. So now Again refresh the browser. I know I don't want to debug now, so just disable the breakpoint. I just disable the breakpoint. So let me refresh the browser. Again I will type sachin at gmail.com. If you observe here in the console, let me clear the console. And now, so once I put cursor inside the text field, once I come out from here, you can see result true came. True nothing but this email already present in database. Now here we have to write the logic to display message in our JSP. So now where we need to display the message. So earlier we used to display the message, if it is success message we are displaying here, if it is failure message we are displaying here. Now these if conditions are not needed in this case. These if conditions are not at all needed. Why? Because now we are making Ajax calls, right? So now error message. So let me put this let this if condition have for a success message. So I don't want to have it in error message because this value is never come, right? So here we have to display the error message. So here what we can do, so to display the error message, so here we div should have some id. We have to set content to this div. We have to set that error message content to this specific div. So what we have to do, define the id for this div. Declare id is equal, and here you have to specify error message or whatever name you want, just specify here error message. So we have to set content to this div. Go to your logic. So here if it is, we have to write the condition, guys. If data data is nothing but true, if it is true then it will go to cursor will go to inside. So since it is data is having true, then only if condition will satisfy. Here we have to set content to this error message div. So id is error message, right? So now how we can declare an id in jQuery? So same way, the way which you have declared email, same way we have to declare div also. So div is having id, right? So I have just given div id name, div tag id name will be error message. So copy this error message and get that id. How we can get the id in jQuery? With the help of dollar, within the dollar and open bracket and close bracket and double quotes, and specify hash and control v id dot html. So we have to set the value, html value. So here we have to set, if it is data is true, or just write, if you want to make it proper understand, email exists, write like this, email exists. So same value we have to print, or we have to display in if condition. So this is not needed now. This is only for testing purpose. I have written this console, guys. So this is to check whether data is coming or not. So I am removing that console out now. Error message. So inside this we have to write, if it is condition is satisfied, we have to display error message like user already exist. That's it. So this is how we have to call Ajax calls in JSP. Very very easy, guys. Very, you just need to practice one time, so that one time, not one time, you have to practice at least minimum 5 to 10 times, so that you can easily learn it. Okay. So now let me go to the browser and I want to disable the, I think I already disabled the breakpoint, right? Okay. So now go to the browser. Now refresh our application. See now, close this console, not needed. So what is the goal? What is the goal we have now? So the moment we type the email ID here, so internally Ajax call, one call should go to the controller, and then business logic will be executed to find whether email ID exists or not. After that we have to display error message without clicking on submit button. So now type it here, Java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com. And then once this cursor comes out from this text field, so okay, oh, this spell mistake, so gmail.com, right? gmail.com. So this user already exists in database. So now cursor will come from outside. See, user already exists. So the moment I type the email id, and once I come out from this email id text field, immediately message came from the server. So my page also not get reloaded. If you observe, page also not get reloaded, and I haven't clicked on submit button. So without reloading the web page, without clicking on submit button, we are able to display user already exists. So let me try Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin. So let me refresh the page again, and I want to check Sachin Tendulkar. So now Sachin at gmail.com. Let me put cursor outside of from the text field. See, Sachin Tendulkar also available. So if you refresh, so any new user id, if you type new user id, let me check Ganguly. Ganguly at gmail.com. Once I come from this text field, still this message is there. If you check in database, Ganguly is not available. Only Rasul, Sachin and Virat Kohli is available. So Ganguly is not available, but still this message is showing. So we have to remove that message if that user is not present. How we can do that? So once this condition is satisfied, message has been set to this div, right? So else part we have to write, we have to clear that message. In else part we have to clear the message. Else, and here just copy paste this one and just set it to empty. So that's it. Empty nothing but we are just clearing the message. Now setting empty message. So now go to browser again, refresh the browser. So if I type Sachin at gmail.com, and once I come out from this text field, user already exists. Let me try Ganguly at gmail.com. Once I come out from the text field, see that message is gone. So nothing but this user is not available in database. So if I try Virat Kohli, Virat at gmail.com, come out from this, see user already exists because Virat Kohli is available in database. So if I try Dhoni at gmail.com, Dhoni is not available in database. So once I come out from this text field, so error message gone because this user does not exist in database. So who are all the users available in database, then only that message will come. So this is how we have to do Ajax calls in JSP. Very very easy, guys. Just one time you have to practice. So what you have to do, first you have to add the download the Ajax library, and just include that that JS file you have to add into inside the static folder. So there is a resources folder, right? Inside the resources folder, static folder, after that inside I just created JS folder and then copy pasted that library from the Google, and then within the script tag we have to write the jQuery ready function, and then we have to write the blur function to make a Ajax call. The moment email you entered, once you come out from the text field, immediately uh, Ajax call we have to perform, right? For that we have to write this function. This is another function. So after that, so inside that function, so if you want where this function is ending, where this function is closing, just click on this. See, for example, this is one ready function, is one function in jQuery, right? Main function. So click on here, you can see this is closed here. And then blur function, where blur function is closed, just click on cursor here, blur function is closed here. And Ajax function is where it is closed, it is closed here. That's it. These three functions are needed to make Ajax call based on your requirement. Very, very easy, guys. If you want to do button click, if you want to uh, do the Ajax call by clicking on button, what you have to do? You have to write click function. So like that, there are different functions are available based on your requirement. You can specify the function name. So rest all other code is same only. Okay. It's very easy, guys. So now generally in real time we should not write jQuery logic inside the JSP directly. We have to move this logic into JS file. So let me create user JS file and make it externalize that one. So I don't want to keep jQuery code inside the JSP. In real time environment, whenever you are working in real time, we should not write jQuery logic inside the JSP directly. So let me create one JS file. Right click on the JS. Let me create file name called user.js. User.js. Click on finish button. I just want to move this logic to JS file. Copy this and everything, whatever function, main method, main function of jQuery, everything you copy here. Control X, and this is also not needed now. So just go it here. uh, 1 second. This function also not needed. Remove, and this logic we have to move to user.js. Paste it here. That's it, guys. So now we need to add this JS file into our JSP. How we can add JS file into JSP? Already we added earlier here like this, right? Same way we have to include it. So just include the script tag, and here inside the JS folder you specify user.js. That's it. So now refresh the page. Real time you have to write like this, guys. We should not write directly logic inside the JSP. Okay, so just save the file. Now we have moved our Ajax call logic to user.js, and that JS is included into JSP file. And now go to the browser and refresh the browser and check whether it is working or not. So now java j2ee dot rasul at gmail.com. Once I come out from the cursor, user is exist, still working. If I do dhoni at gmail.com, this user is not available in database, this message should not display. So now the logic which we have written in controller earlier, we are checking while saving the user after clicking on submit button, right? Now this code is not at all needed. Remove this, because we are doing it in Ajax call. So here not at all needed. Save your, organize the code. Control Shift F, Control A, Control Shift F to organize the code properly. Okay, Control A, Control Shift F. That's it. So now your code will be organized properly. And now you can see while saving user, we know we are not checking whether email exists or not. So based on your requirement, you have to write the logic, guys. So if your requirement is like while saving, if they want to validate, then you have to write the previous logic. If they want, the moment you write the email ID, once you come out from the text field, immediately if they want to show the message, then you have to make a call by using Ajax call. That's it. This is one of the API which we have written to this is API, guys. So find by email API we have written. So now find by email will be called in Ajax call. Where is that? Inside the user.js. This is how we have to write the code. So you no need to by heart the code, guys. You just need to understand the concept, how to make the Ajax call. So inside the Ajax, you just need to Google it, write the ready function. So if you want to new to the jQuery, what you have to do? First step, you have should remember. First, you have to include the jQuery library. How we can do that? So just type jQuery download, jQuery min.js download. Very first step, jQuery library you have to download. Click on that, go to your first link and click on compressed link, and control yes, save this file, and copy this file into your static folder. So after that, so when you have to make an Ajax call, the moment you come out from the cursor, the moment cursor come out from this text field, you have to do the Ajax call. For that we have to write this blur function. So this is also you can find it in Google. How we can find it? Just go to Google and type google.com and click enter. So here you can type blur function example or text field, text FIEL, text field uh, cursor CUR, text field cursor out, or text field cursor move jQuery function. That's it. Enter. So text field cursor move in jQuery. Just go to here, click on that and see. So you can check there is a blur function will be available. See some of the key down. This is showing another one. Key down also. This is also you can use, guys. Key down in the sense key down also you can use. If you key down nothing but 189, then your jQuery Ajax call is triggered. This is another way of do key down. So instead of that, you can take you can check like blur function text field cursor instead of move cursor out, cursor out from text field you can type cursor out from text field jQuery. So now just go there, click this input text field. So here they are giving live, so this is not the best solution. So just type right word, guys. Let me find out for the right word. Yeah, you can type like see here text field exit jQuery. Just type text field exit jQuery. So once you click that one, so you can click on that link. So you can see focus out also you can use. If it is not working, then go to here, there is a blur function. See here they are directly given blur function. So instead of jQuery you can give jQuery also, jQuery or dollar, anything you can specify. So same thing we have written it here in our JS file. You can see uh, dollar or jQuery. You can specify jQuery or dollar of email, the text field ID, then blur function. So you no need to, you just not need to know the concept. You don't need to remember everything. You just need to Google it. Text field exit jQuery. You will get the solution and copy it. And then once this method is written successfully, inside that you have to make a Ajax call. So if you don't know how to make the Ajax call, this also I shown you, right? So just go to Google and Ajax post request, Ajax post request or Ajax post call jQuery. That's it. Click on first link and jQuery website is there, right? So come down and then just copy this one and paste it and change the, you give the method name post and give your URL and specify your data based on your requirement and success message, and that's it. Success callback, callback function. Okay, so that's it, guys. Very easy. You no need to remember everything. Sometimes even myself I will forget the syntax. So just you have to understand the concept. If you know the concept how to do the Ajax call by using jQuery, so if you know the concept, then you can Google it and you can do it. Okay, you no need to remember everything. You just know the, you knows the concept. Okay, guys, so let me show you one more time final. So let me refresh the browser and register the user. Type Dhoni, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, right? Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I want to register. Okay, Dhoni at the rate gmail.com. At the rate is not typing, so I have a keyboard problem, so I will just copy this at the rate. So what I will do, so Dhoni at the rate gmail.com. Once I cursor come out from there, so no message displayed, no Ajax call happened. Why? Because this user is not available in database. If you observe in database, the only 3 users we have, right? So now I can register this user. So Dhoni tested 1 2 3 and click on submit button. See, user registered successfully. So let me try to register Dhoni again. What will happen? Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and what is the email I have given? Same email ID you have to give. Just refresh the database. See, Dhoni is Dhoni. Same email you have to give again to test it. So see, immediately once I give Dhoni at gmail.com, it is saying user already exists in database. But this message we have to clear, right? This is one bug actually. So this the moment this message is coming, this message we have to clear it. How we can clear that message? Very simple. That is how we can go to your JS file. So specify the ID for this also. For this id, what you can do, so remove this if condition. This if condition also not at all needed. So now here specify the id. I will give this id name as let me copy the string and paste it here. I will give this message as a, let me give as a message or success message. Success, success, success message and error message. So this success message id we have to clear the value. So let me clear the value. When I have to clear, so the moment this condition is satisfied, if that id value we have to clear. So let me copy, sorry, let me paste the value here. Let me copy paste. So this value I want to clear. Control x and control v, and then clear this one. So this is how you can clear, and there is a clear function also will be available. By directly you can call clear function also. Okay, so now let me refresh. Now that problem will be gone. So let me refresh again. Let me try to register again. We'll see. So now let me refresh the browser and let me try. uh, Let me create new user, Ganguly, Saurav Ganguly, and Ganguly at it is not typing, guys. My keyboard is having problem. Let me copy the at the rate and then paste it here, gmail.com, and type some password, test password, any password. Later we will encrypt this password also, guys. Submit. See, user is registered successfully. So now let me try Sachin at gmail.com. That message should go now. Sachin at the rate gmail.com. So this, since this user is available in database, so this message should go and another message should display user already exists. So this is how you can create Ajax calls, guys. Okay, if it is not working, then you have to debug, guys. In console you have to debug. Console control function F12, just a function F12 in the console. If nothing is working your Ajax call, you can check here. Respective exception will be displayed in the console. So then accordingly you have to resolve and then you have to get succeed. Okay guys, thank you so much. So I will catch you in next lecture.